Okay, so the public meetings laws are constantly being updated in a sense, and at least analyzed. The Attorney General publishes out a public records and meetings manual on a routine basis, the most recent having been November 2014. And so in an attempt to sort of distill this, at least its essence, to this, and provide the board with a reference document, I've compiled this and submitted to you for your review, consideration, and discussion.
I mean, to me, the key phrase that keeps appearing in this thing is county business is discussed, and then the discussion has to do with deliberation toward a decision. So if you're going to discuss county business of whatever it might be, that does not lead toward any decision, that still is able to be dealt with and talked about.
Only in the public meeting context.
Well, I'm confused, because here it says that you have the purpose of this is deciding on or deliberating toward a decision.
Yes. Yes.
So if we're talking about county business, which is cutting the grass, I mean, and we talk about the shape of the grass, and yeah, that's great, and appreciate what they're doing. That is not deliberation toward a decision.
Basically, if it has to do with county business, then it is a public meeting.
Well, but see, that's where this rubber band is getting stretched so far to be all inclusive.
Nebulous analogy, but
yeah.
House Joint Resolution 21. Let's bring it home. We don't do anything on that.
Yeah, we don't have a vote.
Up to us. Well, we may.
Well,
but just like
yeah, but then the general public has a vote. So.
You know, like at an SOS meeting, can the board be in the room to discuss House Joint Resolution 21, even though there's no decision pending? I don't even know how there could be.
Well, but
if we were to send a resolution saying, you know, we oppose House Joint Resolution 21 because.
But in that situation, there's a discussion in my little pea brain means at least two people are talking about it.
Yes.
But there's also the element of gathering information, right? That can lead to
Yes. Yes.
So that's what makes it grass. I mean, it's so broad.
It's broad.
It's crazy broad.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the burden of
information.
The system of three means basically that any two of you at any time can only discuss county business in a public meeting. That's the takeaway.
The key word, discuss county business. HJR 21 is not county business, number one. And specifically, I mean, if anybody's referring to the presentation that I made on HJR 21, was Mr. Heck was in the room, but we didn't even talk to each other. He never asked a question. We never deliberated. I never addressed anything to him. And in fact, I never even gave an opinion on it. I just was teaching people how to read the bill, what to look for in the bill, and if they so chose to make any comment, who to contact. I didn't do anything else. Mm-hmm. I mean, just like, you know, people don't know how to read the bill. This is the relating clause. This is what it's about. This is who introduced it. You know, that's what I did. So,
I see the open public meeting law having two goals, and one is for the public to be, you know, a witness to the gathering, the discussions, and stuff like that, and that's important. But also, if two commissioners are in a room, and you know, there's discussions or even alluding to the idea that we don't support or we support, or this is a good thing or this is a bad thing, it just gets really tough for the other commissioner who's not there, because the other two could come to the meeting that one wasn't at and say, well, we have a predetermined idea based on information that was gathered or even just presented by somebody else. It might not even be one of you two or any of those two. Could be Commissioner Walker. It's tough for the other guy who wasn't in the room to be like, well, that's not the impression that I'm coming to the table with, because I wasn't there. I didn't hear that.
Well, I mean, to me, that's sort of like a no-brainer situation, because we are talking about something that's going to end up in a decision making. But if I ask you was very fluent in the whole forestry thing. Commissioner, what is the idea of the forestry and the benefit of watering it as we should or whatever? And you tell me 10 minutes later I read, oh, okay, so that's the purpose of that. Okay. That's a discussion we've had, but it has nothing to do with leading to a decision or anything else. I'm just trying to find out information on what makes trees grow better or whatever.
I'd feel more comfortable about that if that situation came forward. If you asked a question about something and I said it's on page 107 of the resource manual.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you, especially on forestry issues, it'd be tough for me to give my opinion or to even educate without some sort of a bias coming in. But watering is not important because we don't cut the trees anywhere. So this is going to burn up. Still, I don't know.
Yeah.
But to give you the opportunity, I don't feel like there's a violation if I say I would explore the resource plan on page 107 or.
But now the only thing I'm talking about, it's just that kind of a conversation to me is beneficial because okay, but we've had a discussion.
Yes.
And what I'm hearing you say is that we can't even have that discussion.
Probably not, unfortunately.
That's Crock.
I think they can have the one I recommend. You ask a question about something, I can direct you to information. Call Rocky McVeigh. That's not outside. That's not in the purview, I think, of the public meeting law. Rocky McVeigh is a good person on that because he believes blah blah blah. No, I can't say that. I can just direct you and stuff. I don't feel like that's not a discussion.
So remember, in number 4, we have the gathering information provision.
But you're not. You're just going to a resource.
Yeah, it's a line. It's got to be established for every situation. Unfortunately, this is situationally dependent. But the gathering information thing is definitely out there. That it is tough. It makes it very tough.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you for this. I don't think we're going to have a clear